Welcome back, everybody. We're finally done digging on the mountain. I haven't done a lot of videos lately. We've uploaded a bunch of shorts, but not a lot of progress videos or anything that's going to be useful for you guys. But we're to the point now where we're about ready to start digging footings, and the ICF, the slab, all that's going to start coming together here real quick. So let me show you what we've gotten done, where we're at, and where we're going. We haven't done an update on the house pad in quite a while, and that's because of all of this. This house pad, digging into this mountain, has completely kicked my butt, but let's check this out and see where we're at now. So we were able to get everything dug out. I ended up being able to do it all on my own, but it wasn't without a lot of effort and a lot of learning curve. It took me a little over a year to actually get this done. I tried my hardest with the backhoe, and we made a ton of progress with the backhoe, but this rock was just such a pain. The backhoe just wasn't getting it done. I mean, as you can see, it's pretty much solid rock. It does fracture and come apart, but man, it was a nightmare. That's all I can say. But you can see right here, we've got the back corner of the house. Now, the downstairs is going to be ICF, so all of this is going to get backfilled, and it's basically like a walkout basement, I guess is what they call it. This will be the only wall that's backfilled, and then we'll build a retaining wall. Now, all of this over here is going to get ripped out later on, but we wanted to get the house going vertical, and then this can be just a project kind of as we're going along to get everything cleaned up. Our front door is actually somewhere right around in here, so definitely going to want to pull some of that out just so that it's a little bit easier getting in and out of the house. But you can see how much material we moved. This is 50 by 50 pad. The house is, the house footprint here is 31 by 32 basically, and the back side's a retaining wall. When we first started digging, the mountain was actually out here. So if you can imagine, all of this through here is what we had to dig out, and it was pretty much all just like that, just solid rock. And if you've been following along on the channel, you've seen we put out some videos on the Sierra Blaster and Dexpan and all this other stuff that we've used to be able to get this stuff broke up and ripped out and hauled off to the to where we created our little terraced off flat area out there. It's amazing. I mean, you see the volume of this, how much material we had to move. It's amazing how much flat ground we were able to create over here by just cut and fill, dumping, and just being careful to stack it correctly. Luckily, it is big blocky chunks, so it stacks pretty good and holds on the mountain. Actually got one of the guys that does dirt work up here come over and just kind of coach me through, how this material stacks and what I need to do so I don't create a hazard or create something that I'm gonna have to fix later on. I got the backhoe parked over here in kind of a weird little spot. But this rock right here, this is like the super mineralized thing that we've been dealing with, and it's a vein that actually runs right through here. It was kind of interesting. It was almost like a geology lesson as we were digging through the mountain. We've got this super mineralized piece that is super, it's hard to dig. It's hard and soft. Like you can hit it with a hammer. You can grab on it with the excavator, the backhoe, and it kind of crumbles a little bit, but like it can take a punch and just kind of absorb it. Whereas this stuff, if you hit it hard, it fractures, or if you get, once you get a crack kind of going, it kind of rips apart. So this stuff has been the biggest pain in the butt. Actually, we're starting to drill this because we're gonna put some Dexpan in here and slowly rip this out. But at least the foundation of the house can be dug and poured and ready to go as we're kind of finishing up the rest of this dirt work. Like I said, this little section is gonna come back a fair amount just to open up the front door area. One of the doors is over on this side, and that's gonna kind of open that up. So here's another perspective. I'm standing in the middle of the house right now. This is gonna be the back corner. We've got a great view kind of out here towards the mountains. This back wall back here, I don't even know if you can see me. Huh. This back wall back here will get backfilled. Bedroom here, bedroom up there, bathroom, stairs going up, garage area. And then second floor is basically just a giant room with the kitchen and dining area and living area. Then out here is the front deck. It should be just beautiful views out here. So we removed all of this dirt, all this rock. Where does that go? It all goes back over here. Let me show you. Originally, the mountain, the slope of the mountain was over here, and this was pretty much the edge. So all of this area out here is stuff that we have broke up from the mountain, moved it out here, dumped it, and stacked it so that we've got more flat area, more usable area. Now you can't build anything out here. This is all just purely flat ground. It's not super flat right now, but the plan right now is to get some topsoil, since this is just, pretty much rock. Get some topsoil, get this thing kind of capped off, along with some topsoil on the edges there. That way we can get some vegetation growing in there and kind of make this more solid and stable. I've been driving the excavator and the backhoe out here, no big deal. It's all fairly compacted. We've watered it in as we've gone along, but the amount of flat ground that we gained just by doing that is huge. Let's see if camera will follow me all the way over here, but you can see we've got just a ton of area out here that we can probably build a shed maybe on, put a shipping container, put a fire pit, a picnic area, anything like that. It's hard to get a perspective of exactly how much we dumped out or how much material we moved from the mountain and to create this. But let me see if I can give you a little bit of perspective. Hopefully this camera will follow me. And sorry about the up close view there. Let me see if I can climb down the hill here and see if this thing can follow me down here. All the way down here. So this is probably all of, I don't know, 12 to 15 feet. down. You can see some of the boulders that we put down here. We tried to put the big stuff down first and then cap it with some of the smaller stuff. It just kind of stacks a little bit better like that. Tried to keep the organics out, so any tree stumps or anything like that, stuff that could decompose and then cause this thing to shift later on, we tried to keep that stuff out as much as possible. You know, some of these trees, the actual base of the tree is, you know, 10 feet below the surface now because it's been backfilled on top of. I'm hoping that that doesn't have a huge negative effect. If you look through some of the videos, you can see I drive a backhoe like Greg Biffle drives a stock car. Everything is just, I've run into every single tree like 100 times, and I've rubbed a lot of bark off the things, but they seem to be doing okay. Honestly, I mean, this took so long. The compaction was fairly easy. We've gone through some temperature cycles. This rock actually, over the winter, I was surprised how much the temperature cycle really breaks it apart. So we had quite a bit of this moved last year, and it just kind of broke into a lot of small little pieces. So kind of cool, but yeah, hopefully this gives you some perspective as to you know, what we're doing here and how much material we actually moved. So let me try and climb back up there, see how that works. If nothing else, you'll get a good video of me falling down. That'll probably get 1 million views. Oh, probably not the safest thing. You got rocks like this that are just kind of hanging on there. Woo. Here we go. Oh. You can definitely feel the altitude up here. Junior wants to talk to you guys for a minute, so here he is. We're gonna put the mic, like I said, we got this new camera to hopefully make some of this better, but it's all you, bud.
So one of the cool things about this area is when you walk over here, all the way over here, you guys see this big rock? You can sit on this and you can have a view. Like, guys, look at this. You have a direct view of our trailer. Something that we're really excited about is making a mini fireplace area over here. Right over here. Very cool, very cool. I marked this whole entire area out from my own hands and a hammer. So like this stake right here, to that one, to all the way over there, to spray paints over there. And then one of our main objectives is to put a fireplace area. That's our main objective out here, to put a fireplace area. It's a very pretty view up here. It's very, very pretty. I'm clearing bush out there so that we can have an area, so I can have an area to rest and see how much we've done. All right then, back to you.
Thank you, bud. This was just a massive project. I'm glad that I got it done by myself, or I'm glad that I did it myself. It's kind of what this whole project is I just wanted to be able to do this and kind of go through the experience. I've always wanted to build a house myself, and it's kind of like a legacy project that we're going to be leaving for Junior, you know, so that his kids and his grandkids, you know, long after we're gone, you know, will have this place and be able to come up here and enjoy it and, you know, talk about great grandpa or, you know, whatever building this thing. And just the stuff that Junior's getting out of this project, the work ethic and all of that. He's actually over here cutting a trail right now. So, you know, when I was a kid, I grew up being exposed to stuff like that, you know, being out in the woods and just hard work in general, and feel like it made a difference in my life. So kind of all over the board there, but it's, you know, something I've always wanted to do, and it's going to be a great experience for him, and it's going to be something that our family, you know, gets to keep and talk about, you know, long into the future after we're gone. That's what we got for today, everybody. If you're interested in off-grid cabins, ICF construction, SIPS construction, stay tuned, because we're getting to that. We're about ready to dig these footings, start going vertical with this thing. We should have ICFs in this year. That's the plan. Get the downstairs going, and unfortunately we're going to get snowed in at some point, which I think is going to delay the SIPs for this year. But we'll get them ready and be ready to go with those first thing in the spring as soon as it thaws out. But we should be able to get a lot done over the winter as well, since we're not going to be digging on this giant pile of rocks, slowing us down. So stick around. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Well, here we are.